Hey, Jason Risley here with the American Dream. We're here with Mark Prather, owner of the Mark One Wealth Academy, and we are here to talk about financial independence without saving money. Tell us about this program that you've got going on right now.
We all want to be financially secure. We want to be financially independent if we can be.
Right.
But the big struggle, the big obstacle in most people's mind is this belief that saving money is the only way to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, 65% of the people in this country have a retirement account, either a 401k or an IRA.
Sure.
And they're saving their way. They're the best they can. Mm-hmm. And yet, for 80% of those people, they'll never reach permanent financial security because they simply can't save anywhere enough to keep up with the rising cost of inflation. You know, their rent or their expenses go up and up and up, and they simply can't get there. And so that's the big struggle. And there's a solution. There's a powerful, profound solution. And so we've created this program about financial independence without saving money. And it's through wealth building strategies. And where my career is unique is that I come from a family at the very lower end. Neither one of my parents had high school diplomas, basically a poverty level situation in the early years. When you start from that place of zero, not only do you have no money, but you don't know anything. And that's really been the struggle. Because worrying about money is, it's just awful. And for me, it led to a premature heart attack. At 49 years old, from being stressed out about money for 30 years, I had a massive heart attack. Well, I learned some powerful things, as I mentioned earlier, and I don't want other people to have that same struggle, that same worry. 80% of the people in this country have that worry, and they don't believe there's any solution. They just think, hey, all I can do is save money. They can't save the money, and so they're stuck. But financial independence can be a reality for not just the 10% of the people that own 90% of the wealth, which is amazing, but the reality is over half the people in this country can be financially independent if they only knew how to build wealth.
Right, it's about education, right?
It's absolutely about wealth.
And there's a financial education, there's a science of understanding what's going on and how these different wheels work together and really help from a real estate perspective.
But it's understanding how to apply these economic benefits to your life circumstance. I mean, are you 30 years old or are you 60 years old?
Right.
Are you a renter? Are you a homeowner? Where are you at financially in life? Now, the other critical point is addressing the false belief that I spend 20, 30 years of my adult life saving as much as I can, and the whole game plan is to live on that life savings.
Right.
That's the majority of Americans, and that's a terrible strategy.
Right.
Because
they're not understanding inflation, right?
No, they're not understanding inflation. The other thing is you have the tax implications.
Right.
But, they don't pay the taxes going in, but they got to pay it when it's coming out, right? When they're pulling that money out of that retirement account.
Right.
They're watching life savings do this.
Yep.
It's going down way faster than they anticipated.
Right.
Now I'm 62 years old. All my friends that I grew up with have started to try to retire. Most can't. Saving money to live on is not a good strategy.
Right.
What we want is non-employment income. You can call it passive income, investment income, alternative income, but we need to have non-employment income that will replace the employment income.
Right.
Obviously, if you can save money, that's a good thing. But the reality is 80% of the people cannot.
Right.
The goal is to build non-employment income that they can live on, that will never run out, and they can actually do this. By the way, there's a great article the other day talking about how millennials are in the worst financial shape of any generation since the Great Depression. And the reason is that the millennials went through the 2008 financial hit, and now a lot of them are in the service sector that has gotten crushed by the virus. Two big hits in your mid-30s or so, that's a lot. These wealth building strategies can solve this problem of the struggle of saving money. And this young couple was an example, and where we showed them, said, based on what your expenses are today, which are about $6,000 a month, with inflation, they're going to double to where they're going to have their expenses are going to be somewhere between $12,000 and $13,000 a month in 25 years. So then the question is, how are you going to create $12,000 to $13,000 a month in non-employment income to live? And we were able to show them how to do that so that they understand exactly the process of how they can get there. And because it doesn't require them to save any money, that's not part of the game plan.
Right.
Because of the intrinsic wealth growth and income growth, the worries go away. And that's really the exciting part for me, is getting people on this path so they don't live that life of financial worry.
Right, that's good. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you joining us on the American Dream, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.